Hi, my name is Sarah Toho, and this is my first book critique. My first book and featured text is The Midwife's Apprentice by Karen Cushman. It is a historical fiction novel which was given the 1996 Newbery Medal. Its reading level is grades 6 through 8. This story follows a girl who calls herself Brat, who lives in the medieval time period. The town midwife finds her, and Brat volunteers to work with her in order to have food and shelter. As the story progresses, Brat slowly learns who she is and what her place is in the world. Karen Cushman fills the story with historical accurate depictions of what it would have been like living in the medieval times in a small town. For my first lesson, I decided to go with the obvious of a history lesson. Using the Common Core from social studies and history, integrate visual information, e.g. in charts, graphs, photographs, videos, or maps, with other information in print and digital texts. The students will receive a partner and pick a part of history related to the midwife's apprentice, such as aspects of the community or the general history of medicine. They will use Satori to create a timeline of their history using pictures, texts, and videos. Afterwards, they will upload their Satori story to the class website. I created my own Satori story based on a history timeline, which I will now go to. For my example, I chose to do the history of midwifery, which serves its purpose as an example, though it would be an inappropriate option for 7th graders. As you can see, I placed many photos in here, as well as a YouTube video. This creates a very nice, though rough, timeline, which is perfect for history. For my second lesson, I chose to focus on science, in particular the content statement, "Energy can be transformed or transferred, but is never lost." In The Midwife's Apprentice, the main character is found sleeping in a manure heap because it is warm. Why would a manure heap be warm? The students will be put into pairs, and they will discuss what is happening in the heap of manure as the matter decomposes. The pairs will then create a Prezi presentation that demonstrates the transfer of energy when matter decomposes. Each pair will both present their Prezi to the class and post it to the classroom website. For my second text, I chose Be Glad Your Nose Is On Your Face and Other Poems, which is by Jack Prelutsky. This is a book of poetry, and the author was given the very first Children's Poet Laureate, and the book itself was given the Kentucky Bluegrass Award in 2011. The book of poetry is rated as a reading level of grades 3 through 5. This volume contains so many fabulous and quaint poems that are so much fun to read aloud. Jack Prelutsky includes oodles of wonderful vocabulary, such as the word scintillating, and some of his own invention. My next book is the classic Jumanji, which is both written and illustrated by Chris Van Allsburg. This is a picture book which was given the 1982 Caldecott Medal. It is a reading level of grades 2 through 5. This story is about a brother and a sister who discover a board game in the park that brings a terrifying jungle right into their living room. My next book is The Illuminated Adventures of Flora and Ulysses by Kate DiCamillo. This is a modern fantasy novel which was given the 2014 Newbery Medal. Its reading level is grades 1 through 5. This story is about a squirrel who gets into a rather unusual accident with some unusual side effects. A girl named Flora rescues him, and her obsession with comic books gives the story, a rather interesting twist in that it has elements of a comic book scattered throughout. I personally really enjoyed this book, and I thought the characters were absolutely wonderful as well as hilarious. My fifth and final book is Rumpelstiltskin, retold and illustrated by Paul O. Zielinski. It is a traditional literature picture book, awarded the Caldecott Honor in 1987, reading level grades K through 2nd. This is a charming retelling of a girl told by the king to spin straw into gold. This includes absolutely beautiful illustrations by Paul O. Zielinski that I personally really enjoyed. Well, thank you very much for watching my very first book critique. I hope you enjoyed it.